Greetings and salutations. My name is Reggie Smith, and I'll be your host for our new show called RISE, the Resurrection Show. RISE is going to be a fun and interactive show, and it'll feature useful resources, solutions, information, and opportunities for people to share their strength, hope, and experiences anonymously or otherwise in an atmosphere that's conducive to healing. You're here with me as I learn more about my new best friend, Lydia Mana. And she's a wonderful being that I've had the opportunity to get to know and work with. You have many talents and skills. Now, we met doing an event for the Black Vegetarian Society of Georgia. We're both vegetarians, living a vegetarian lifestyle.
Yes. It's got us this far.
It has, it has. And it surely looks good on you.
And on you too.
We won't talk about the age thing. We won't talk about that.
We'll talk about that later.
Later on.
For people to know we can live 200 years.
We're interested in topics including, but not limited to, the ones you see scrolling across the screen and my face. Come on, Barry. Come on, man. Move the words. Come on, Sky. We're back, and this is Rise, the Resurrection Show. I'm your host, Reggie Smith, and we are Skyped in my new best friend, Deborah Levine, out of New York City, Co-op City. We were talking about how Monique's comments about an open marriage, to me, what I heard was that she'd rather be honest with her partner. What did you hear?
I mean, I agree with you. Does honest necessarily mean that she's agreeing that he's going to step out?
Right.
She didn't say that.
I'd like to welcome Felicia Middlebrooks, who I'm getting ready to call my cousin. How are you, Felicia?
I'm wonderful, Reggie. How are you?
Wonderful, thank you.
Good.
You heard what Monique said about having an open relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to the beauty parlor since then? No, you got your locks twisted or anything?
No.
People are losing their minds. Facebook, have you been on Facebook?
I have.
They are just absolutely losing their minds. Women are like, not my man. You get rid of him. And you know, the same thing with Tiger Woods. You know, people are, but these are the things that are going on. And in regards to homelessness, we're going to speak to a gentleman that I met here in Atlanta. I looked at him and I said, man, you look familiar. You look really familiar. Why do you look so familiar? He said, well, you may have seen me on Law and Order. You may have seen me here and there. You may have seen me in Forrest Gump. That's right. I'm talking about the infinitely talented actor and critically acclaimed Afemo Omalami. Well, we hope that RISE, the Resurrection Show, will provide a forum of healing solutions for all concerned. We need your participation because, like I always say, we must participate in our own survival or be complicit in our own demise. Until then, peace and blessings. Greetings and salutations. My name is Reggie Smith, and I'll be your host for our new show called RISE, the Resurrection Show. RISE is going to be a fun and interactive show, and it'll feature useful resources, solutions, information, and opportunities for people to share their strength, hope, and experiences anonymously or otherwise in an atmosphere that's conducive to healing. You're here with me as I learn more about my new best friend, Lydia Mana. And she's a wonderful being that I've had the opportunity to get to know and work with. You have many talents and skills. Now, we met doing an event for the Black Vegetarian Society of Georgia. We're both vegetarians, living a vegetarian lifestyle.
Yes. It's got us this far.
It has, it has. And it surely looks good on you.
And on you too.
We won't talk about the age thing. We won't talk about that.
We'll talk about that later.
Later on.
For people to know we can live 200 years.
We're interested in topics including, but not limited to, the ones you see scrolling across the screen and my face. Come on, Barry. Come on, man. Move the words. Come on, Sky. We're back, and this is Rise, the Resurrection Show. I'm your host, Reggie Smith, and we are Skyped in my new best friend, Deborah Levine, out of New York City, Co-op City. We were talking about how Monique's comments about an open marriage, to me, what I heard was that she'd rather be honest with her partner. What did you hear?
I mean, I agree with you. Does honest necessarily mean that she's agreeing that he's going to step out?
Right.
She didn't say that.
I'd like to welcome Felicia Middlebrooks, who I'm getting ready to call my cousin. How are you, Felicia?
I'm wonderful, Reggie. How are you?
Wonderful, thank you.
Good.
You heard what Monique said about having an open relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to the beauty parlor since then? No, you got your locks twisted or anything?
No.
People are losing their minds. Facebook, have you been on Facebook?
I have.
They are just absolutely losing their minds. Women are like, not my man. You get rid of him. And you know, the same thing with Tiger Woods. You know, people are, but these are the things that are going on. And in regards to homelessness, we're going to speak to a gentleman that I met here in Atlanta. I looked at him and I said, man, you look familiar. You look really familiar. Why do you look so familiar? He said, well, you may have seen me on Law and Order. You may have seen me here and there. You may have seen me in Forrest Gump. That's right. I'm talking about the infinitely talented actor and critically acclaimed Afemo Omalami. Well, we hope that RISE, the Resurrection Show, will provide a forum of healing solutions for all concerned. We need your participation because, like I always say, we must participate in our own survival or be complicit in our own demise. Until then, peace and blessings. Greetings and salutations.
Boy Lewis down here, man. We down here downtown Atlanta, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with my man.
JP.
JP. All right, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? So where you from, man?
I'm from Jersey.
Okay. How long you been in Atlanta?
Like 6 years.
Okay.
And I directed the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So you hear about the youth.
Yeah, you know, all day, every day.
Okay, that's what's up. So you know what I'm saying? It's around it's around 11 o'clock, man.
12 o'clock, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we wondering
Friday.
why you down here so early?
Well, I'm down here so early. Yo, well, actually, my man's got the hookup, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if I can get him before 3, and before 12, it's free.
So you might just be trying to get in for free is what you trying to do.
You know it!
This man right here might just be getting in for free. Hey, we reporting live from downtown with my man JP. What's going on, man? This your boy Lewis, man. We down here once again live in front of the alley, you know what I'm saying, of the house. We got three young lovely ladies with us right now. What's your name?
Destiny.
And what's your name? Who? Sean.
Sean got a big little booty.
All right. So it's about, you know what I'm saying, it's about a little bit after 11, man. So the question is, you know what I'm saying, why y'all down here so early?
Cause we trying to get in free.
So y'all coming down here just to get it for free.
Damn right.
So
it's my birthday.
if it doesn't happen, what is y'all playing?
we gonna have to pay to get in.
Are y'all prepared to pay to get in?
Yeah, we prepared.
All right.
So can we go now?
All right,
How we get there?
right there. Club right through there, man. Thank y'all. This your boy Lewis down here once again, man. We down here in underground Atlanta, man. I got my man. What's your name, man?
Slim, everybody
Slim. We got Slim, man. What's going on, Slim, man?
Just chilling, man.
You know what I'm saying? So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where you from, man?
From Louisiana.
Louisiana. What part of
Home of the
Louisiana, man?
LSU Tigers, Baton Rouge.
Okay.
We come here to handle our business tomorrow with Tennessee.
All right.
Georgia Timber when they hear Death Valley coming.
Okay.
Because you know why? We don't take no fill. Bottom line.
Bottom goddamn line.
That's it.
All right. So you know what I'm saying? Tell me, you know what I'm saying? What you tried to get in the club, right?
Yeah, you could, man. I'm just showing the foot out again.
Okay. You know, this your boy Lewis once again down here underground Atlanta, man. Just going through the streets, crazy streets, man, of Atlanta, man. We got my folk right here, man. What's your name? Jerome, aka Jerome Bettis, the Bus Blue Davis. God damn it, he in the building, man. So tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Where you from?
Gentleman from Georgia. I was born in Douglas, Georgia, Coffee County.
Coffee County. Goddamn Coffee County, not decaf and no cream. Coffee County, all right. So you know what I'm saying? Tell me a little bit about yourself, man. What you do for a living? What you do? You know what I'm saying? How old are you? You know?
Son, I'm 50 years old.
Okay.
I was, like I said before, born in Douglas, Georgia. I was raised in Florida. I left Florida in '79. And even out of my mama, I did time in prison at the age of 16, going on 17. I got out at the age of 19, going on 20. And my mama, when I got out, my mama said, "Boy, you're old enough to go to prison. You're old enough to get out of this house." And that was the day I became a homeless man. And I stayed there a little while, but I got tired of living around kids that I grew up with, went to school with, and I didn't want them to see me out there living in the streets. And I was so disgusted that one day I just got clothes, everything in a big black garbage bag, and I went to my mother's house. My mother, she was washing clothes that day, in the evening. And I stepped to her and I said, "Mom, goodbye." And I gave her a kiss. something that she don't ever remember me doing as a kid coming up, is me kissing her. And she was surprised. And she said, Jerome, come back tomorrow. I want to see you. I said, I didn't say anything else to her. I walked. And believe this, Jerome, I walked out on this life. Guys, I became addicted to it. So standing right became here in Georgia. You stand, it's like a devil, it's like a demon. It's like a demon, gentlemen. It's in the form of smoke. It's clear into your body, in the form of smoke. And what does demon do? It will make you think that people will be ashamed of you. So what you would do is, try to hide this from people. You won't go home. I became an outcast. Literally an outcast. Guys, this is no lie. I didn't come home 23 years. I didn't write or call. The whole family knew whether I was living or dead. One day.
This is the youngest, and this
boy.
is real. All jokes aside, man, crack kills, man. This shit is real, man.
It's true.
This shit is real, man.
And not
My
only
man
that.
Jerome, man, I appreciate you telling your story, man. Hard times on how you can, you know what I'm saying? How shit is, man. I really appreciate that, man. We down here at Underground Atlanta, man. All jokes aside, man, this shit is real, man. Crack kills. You hold it down, my brother. What's up, man? Once again, this your boy Louis.
Millions and millions of our people who might be either affected or unaffected by this particular disease.
Finally, there's a place online where both the infected and affected share their strength, hope, and experience for the purpose of healing. Participate in your own survival. Join us at HIVanonymous.com.
Yeah, all up in your head,
Listen, you don't have to golf or be black to love your black golf wear. Look great, feel better, play your best. Put your game in the black.
BGwear.com.
Anyways, I'd like to end with this song. This is a real positive message. It's 3 words. It's not I love you, because everybody's like, I love you. No, I got another 3 words for you. It ain't easy. Y'all got that? It ain't easy. 3 more words for you.
The things I cannot change. Courage to change the things I can. And wisdom to know the difference.
Hey, greetings and salutations, and welcome back. This is another edition of RISE, the multimedia magazine. I'm Reggie Smith, and this is my good friend Denise Stokes. She is not only an advocate and has been a real champion in the arena of HIV. You are the author of an upcoming new book called From the Crack House to the White House. And we want to talk a little bit about the recovery portion and maybe a little bit about what it was that caused you to look at crack as being a solution for whatever it was that you were going through, and then how you've gotten to where you are now.
Okay, well, I guess the first thing to be clear about is I don't think that anybody looks at crack as a solution.
Okay.
But you know, that's important to talk about, because a lot of people who don't have personal experience or up-close family experience with someone who's an addict or in recovery, there's this misconception that somehow these were very clear choices that were made. Nobody wakes up and says, I want to be a crackhead. I want to be an alcoholic. I like that spot under the bridge. I claim it. Nobody does that.
Right.
It's a series of bad choices that are made, for me, that were made out of wanting to feel an absence of pain.
Okay.
So not having tools for living, not having an understanding of myself, not having a process to deal with emotions, to accept things, to learn where I fit in, to have that inside esteem that said you are, and then I was never able to fill in the blank. And so drinking, which I abused from the beginning.
Really?
Yes.
Which was, the beginning was?
It was, the beginning, I had nipped and tipped like many, you know.
Not little baby Denise. Denise?
No, it wasn't me. But I actually remember my first real memorable experience with alcohol was when the day I got diagnosed with HIV.
Really?
I'd gone into the military entrance processing station because they called me back. I was trying to go into the military, and they called me in. And I went, and I was told, basically, in a nutshell, you have AIDS. You're going to die before you're 21.
Right.
And I remember my response to that was silence. And when I got home, I opened a bottle of my stepfather's tequila, and I drank it to the worm.
Wow.
And it was a long journey down from there. But I remember from that point, even though it happened sporadically at first, I just remember from that point that being my go-to.
Okay.
And whatever I was feeling, I tried to drink it away, and then someone showed me how to sniff a line, and I tried to sniff it away, and then someone had pretty smoke in a glass thing, and I thought, what's that?
Right.
You know, just really being lost, not just externally, but internally.
Yeah, I think the thing there is just trying to wake me up when it's over. Kind of a, you know, for me, in addiction, it was about I'd just as soon die, but I'm too punk to kill myself. So let me just kind of still my mind.
I just kind of floated. I let life take me where it would, and visit.
This might sound like kind of a crazy question. So, did you have any spiritual awakenings when you were getting high?
I felt like I was disconnected from everything. I felt like I was watching life happen and I wasn't a part of it, but there were moments when I was so painfully aware of what my life was and where I was that I couldn't stand it. It was like everything being on fire at once. But then I also remember in moments of clarity just knowing that no matter what, you have to write. So I would literally be in crack houses finding bits of paper and something to write with, because there was still, you know, even with all the stuff I was putting on top of it, there was still something inside that I felt needed to come out. And I just remember beginning to have vague thoughts that I want to live before I die.
Wow.
And I just wasn't sure how to do that.
Did you ever have that epiphany where you felt like God has got something for you, but the mind didn't want to let you see it to the other side? You know, it was almost like a barrier.
I think it was early, very in the beginning baby stages of my recovery, when I had days clean, when I was at a treatment center, and we came outside to stand on the patio and get a little fresh air and smoke cigarettes and whatever girls did that were trying to kick. Just look at the guys downstairs.
Hey!
I remember looking at the Atlanta skyline, and I just got this very distinct feeling that this city is going to know your name. And I thought, what crime did I commit? But I didn't understand where that came from, and I've always been a background kind of person. I love to be the number, you know, 2. I like to be behind the, you know, what's going on. And then, so I didn't understand that, and it really scared me. It really scared me, but even in detox, there were people that came to me with questions, and I really didn't have answers, but what I was willing to talk about it.
Well, it's been quite an evolution for you, and we know now that women do recover.
Women absolutely do recover.
So I know, what has your journey in recovery been like, and what has been the most prolific thing that has happened to you in recovery?
Having people who I didn't even feel like they knew me believe in me. And recovery for me was a foundation for life, because I felt like I never had one. I grew up moving, I'm a military brat, and when I got here to Atlanta and I got clean and I got into, you know, recovery program, and I realized that I was here for like a little bit over 2 years, I realized that I can't remember the last time I've been anywhere for 2 years, and so I knew this was home. And it took me a couple more years to realize that that's not what was making it feel like home. Was my time here, was the people, the relationships that I was beginning to build with people, and letting people, I guess the biggest epiphany was people wanted to hear what I had to say. They were willing to listen to me and try to understand where I was coming from and feed me something back that said, I can relate to that. You're not crazy. You're not as lost as you think. You can do this. I've done it. And I was silent for such a big part of my life, and you guys let me talk, and it was a mistake.
No mistake at all. It's all God's will. And it is definitely proven to be the most important thing that has happened for us in our world is that you now have your voice. And, you know, it's really important too to make that connection between how that has been, I would imagine, the foundation for everything else that's happened in your life.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how important recovery is in the rest of your life?
Well, I know that I began to really seek out, you know, substances to stop feeling what I was feeling probably before I got diagnosed, but I distinctly remember reaching for it instantly when I got diagnosed with HIV and I couldn't handle it. So going all the way to the bottom of my addiction, to living on the streets and flip-flops in the wintertime and, you know, just living like an animal, and then coming back into society with a group of people that really loved me and really cared about whether or not I made it, and talking about what I felt. It led me to get help for all the things that I didn't even know what was wrong with me. So I appreciate being an addict, not because of what I had to go through, and not because of the choices that, you know, I made that hurt and that hurt my family members and hurt, you know, my community and society in general. Not because of that, but because it molded something in me that said no matter what you've gone through in your life, you can come out of it. No matter how destitute you feel, you know, you can have this feeling of abundance, and it all occurs when you communicate, when you talk about where you are, and you let other people have some input into your life.
Wow.
And then you give it back.
Wow, wow. Well, you most certainly are giving it back, and the recovery has really just overblown, overgrown into every aspect of your life. And it surely looks beautiful on you. So we really do appreciate you, and we appreciate the offering. The book is called
From the Crack House to the White House.
And it will be out hopefully sometime. It'll be out by the time you see this.
It will be out around mid.
Okay. And you have had an opportunity to hear more about the personality behind the book, From the Crack House to the White House, right here on RISE, the multimedia magazine. I'm your host, Reggie Smith. Thank you, Denise Stokes.
Thank you so much.
It's funny how money changes situation. Miscommunication lead to complication. My emancipation don't fit your equation. I was on the humble, you want.
My name is Reggie Smith, and I'll be your host for our new show called RISE, the Resurrection Show. RISE is going to be a fun and interactive show, and it'll feature useful resources, solutions, information, and opportunities for people to share their strength, hope, and experiences anonymously or otherwise in an atmosphere that's conducive to healing. You're here with me as I learn more about my new best friend, Lydia Mana. And she's a wonderful being that I've had the opportunity to get to know and work with. You have many talents and skills. Now, we met doing an event for the Black Vegetarian Society of Georgia. We're both vegetarians, living a vegetarian lifestyle.
Yes. It's got us this far.
It has, it has. And it surely looks good on you.
And on you too.
We won't talk about the age thing. We won't talk about that.
We'll talk about that later.
Later on.
For people to know we can live 200 years.
We're interested in topics including, but not limited to, the ones you see scrolling across the screen and my face. Come on, Barry. Come on, man. Move the words. Come on, this guy. We're back, and this is Rise the Resurrection Show. I'm your host, Reggie Smith, and we are Skyped in my new best friend, Deborah Levine, out of New York City, Co-op City. We were talking about how Monique's comments about an open marriage, to me, what I heard was that she'd rather be honest with her partner. What did you hear?
I mean, I agree with you. Does honest necessarily mean that she's agreeing that he's going to step out?
Right.
She didn't say that.
I'd like to welcome Felicia Middlebrooks, who I'm getting ready to call my cousin. How are you, Felicia?
I'm wonderful, Reggie. How are you?
Wonderful, thank you.
Good.
you heard what Monique said about having an open relationship. Have you been to the beauty parlor since then? No, you got your locks twisted or anything?
No.
People are losing their minds. Facebook, have you been on Facebook?
I have.
They are just absolutely losing their minds. Women are like, not my man. You get rid of him. And you know, the same thing with Tiger Woods. You know, people are, but these are the things that are going on. And in regards to homelessness, we're going to speak to a gentleman that I met here in Atlanta. I looked at him and I said, man, you look familiar. You look really familiar. Why do you look so familiar? He said, well, you may have seen me on Law and Order. You may have seen me here and there. You may have seen me in Forrest Gump. That's right. I'm talking about the infinitely talented actor and critically acclaimed Afemo Omalami. Well, we hope that RISE, the Resurrection Show, will provide a forum of healing solutions for all concerned. We need your participation because, like I always say, we must participate in our own survival or be complicit in our own demise. Until then, peace and blessings.
Okay. Oh man, that looks good. Ready? Hey everybody, it's Aja here at the Alive Expo, 6th annual, and we're cooking up some wonderful food here. We've had the festivities, we've had a little bit of everything, but now we're getting right down to it, which is the food. And we're here with live chef Asita Ree, who is making her way through Atlanta and worldwide, I'm sure soon, cooking up some wonderful holistic health food. So let's talk to her today. She did a chef demo and talk to her about what she made and what's happening with you. Hi, Asita.
Hello.
How you be?
I'm great.
Talk about Life Chef first.
Okay.
And the inspiration for that.
Life Chef is my company. It's basically me, and I teach healthy cooking classes. I was inspired to do that because my background is a journalist background and a professional chef background. French trained, all of that. But the two had never really met, and there was a lot of information about health and wellness, which was my beat in journalism, that basically boiled down to diets. And I happened to walk into a Walmart one day and I saw shopping carts full of prepackaged boxes and bags, fake food, and it occurred to me that the average person really doesn't know how to cook real food, whole food. And that's why I started Life Chef, food that fits your lifestyle. So no matter what level you're on, you can always make little changes in your diet, eat healthier, get more whole foods, more nutrition into everyday food.
Okay, and I know you're doing meal planning, pantry stocking for classes with Sevananda through the What's Cooking series. And you know, that seems to me to be one of the key points is, you know, you can say you're on a food plan, but if you don't have your pantry stocked correctly and you don't plan your meals correctly, then you may fall off the wagon. So talk about the importance of that and how you weave that into planning.
It's true, and one of the things I like to do in classes is pull straight off the shelf and show people how to use these ingredients, because that's often a big question. You see it on the shelf, you've heard about it or read about it in the newspaper, but how do you actually use it?
Yeah, what do I do with this stuff here?
Exactly, or how do you combine it with the foods you already eat to make something more healthful or more delicious?
Beautiful.
And also, you gotta have a game plan. You have to, you know, be thinking a little bit ahead so that you can plan to eat, so that you can have healthful, life-sustaining foods in your kitchen, so that when you do reach for a snack, at least it's a snack that's gonna feed you mind, body, and soul, and not just fill a void in your stomach.
Okay, well talk about what you presented today.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is a vegan gumbo. We used wheat-based meat substitutes. So the sausage and the chicken are faux sausage and faux chicken. We built a roux, and we finished it off with filet, like true gumbo style. The only thing that's missing is okra, because okra's out of season. So I wasn't gonna go there. But everything else is here. It's loaded with flavor, and the people have really enjoyed it.
So you cook with the seasons?
Oh yeah, definitely cook with the seasons. That's when you get the best food. It's the highest, the peak nutrition, the best flavor. Everything comes with seasons.
Okay, so can I try some?
Absolutely. I'm gonna try some too. There you go. It's like a soup shooter, so I don't have any spoons.
It's okay. Well, I knew it was good, but this is great.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
We just talked about building layers of flavor while we were cooking it. Started out sauteing and sweating our vegetables, built a roux, used some nice flavorful, honestly, French onion soup instead of vegetable broth, because it already has the caramelized onions and the thyme and flavor in there.
Okay.
And just built all the way up to the pot.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, tell folks how they can find out more about Life Chef.
Okay, you can go to lifechef.net. That's lifechef.net. And I'm on Facebook and I'm on Twitter.
Phone number?
Flitting about. You can give me a buzz at 404-513-6468.
Thank you so much. Please continue the work.
I will.
We're going to eat. Bye. Oh, yeah, Reggie.
Okay.
You got to get some of this.
Transmitting the message to millions and millions of our people who might be either affected or unaffected by this particular disease.
Finally, there's a place online where both the infected and affected share their strength, hope, and experience for the purpose of healing. Participate in your own survival. Join us at HIVanonymous.com. Listen, you don't have to golf or be black to love your black golf wear. Look great, feel better, play your best. Put your game in the black.
BGwear.com.
Listen, you don't have.
Thank you so much for coming out. And if you'd like to buy CDs, I'll be standing around somewhere. But until then, you can go to my website, which is www.juliedexter.com. And I got a new album coming out in about a month. So keep an eye out for that too. Where did that come from? That wasn't there a minute ago. I know it's hard, it ain't easy. 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 Nobody said it would be easy. You gotta let your mind run freely. I know it's hard to live this life sometimes when you think you had enough. Fed up being stuck in this rut. See it as a sign. Now's the time. Don't give up the will for trying. 'Cause your soul is gonna end up dying, no, and your heart will break. It won't, it won't, it won't, it won't make. It will seem like you're losing your mind, seem like you're losing. Don't waste your time talking about it. Get up off your feet and make it happen. Can't sit and wait for luck to come to you. When things get a little out of hand, it's then that you got to take command. See it as a sign. Now's the time. Don't give up the will for trying. Don't you give up. 'Cause your soul's gonna end up. Your soul's gonna end up dying. Your heart will break. It won't, it won't, it won't, it won't, it won't make. It will seem like you're losing your mind. It will seem like you're losing. Faraway places I have been. I've seen saddened faces of young children who yearn for food and shelter. I know we live our lives much better. I know we live our lives much better. Don't you give up the will. Don't you give up the will for trying. 'Cause your soul's gonna end up. Soul's gonna end up. Your soul's gonna end up dying. And your heart will break. It won't, it won't, it won't, it won't make. It will seem like you're losing your mind. It will seem like you're losing. It will seem like you're losing your mind. Don't wanna be losing my mind. You don't wanna be losing your mind. We don't wanna be losing our mind. I know it's hard. I know it ain't easy. I know it's hard. I know it ain't easy. I know it's hard. I know it ain't easy. I know it's hard. I know it ain't easy. I know it ain't easy. I know it ain't easy, no. But you gotta keep trying. Gotta keep trying. You gotta keep trying. Say, I know it's hard. It ain't easy. 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 Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Please give it up for Michael Johnson. I've been standing in front of him the whole time. I'm sorry. Please give it up one more time for my band, Michael Johnson. Give it up for yourselves for being in my band. Appreciate you. www.juliedexter.com. Come here, Jamaica and West Indian saying. Peace and love. Have a safe journey home. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Anyways.
Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So as I was saying, this is Rise for War, and of course this is our initial broadcast, so you expect to have some bugs here and there. Just want to make sure that we've got everything hooked up before we go actually live and start bringing you some of the most fantastic information that you could want and inspire all of us to be better at our spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical wellness, to hopefully help us to be more self-aware and aware of what's going on in our community, and to recover from all of those addictive behaviors and patterns that are keeping us locked in the space that we are now. Because our intention most certainly is to rise. And RISE is an acronym for resurrecting inspirational spiritual experiences, which means allowing you to tell your stories. Because I learn and we learn from each other. We resonate with each other and we rise and ascend and raise our vibrations by sharing with each other and empowering each other. So that's what we're going to do here, and we really appreciate you. We've got some exciting things coming up. We're looking forward to, we're in the process of revamping our website and our e-magazine. So if you have not as yet subscribed to our RISE e-magazine, please do so. You can go to our web portal, RISE4WAR.com. That's RISE4WAR.com, and subscribe now. So that way we can keep you abreast of all of the things that's going on, and you can catch up on some of the archives of the things that we've been doing and writing about for the past 3 years. I'm so excited, and I hope you are too. Thanks for joining us today. And as I was saying before, yesterday is history and tomorrow is still a mystery. So let's keep the focus on what's going on right now, because I'm sure as long as we do that, we've got our hearts and our minds in the right place. I'll see you on the other side of the moon. Until then, peace and blessings.